Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Braden Kelly here with High Button Sports. Welcome to the St. Margaret Center here in Tantallon in a U13 AAA Provincials matchup between the Bedford Blues and the Pictou County Crushers. We've had two excellent games so far, including a heartbreaking loss to the Valley Wild inflicted by sorry about that. Starting goaltenders, number 31, Lydia Higgs for Bedford. She's done well so far this season. And the man who shut down Bowen Cranston, the league's leading goal scorer, number 31, Mason Gunn. Who will prevail in this matchup? Here comes Bedford coming down the line. Late offside called. Led to a late shot there. We'll head right back to the face-off dot. Both starting lineups still in play here. Face-off won by the Crushers to the feet of Stewart. He takes it. Tries to throw it on net, stopped by the defender. On the line. Willie takes it. Finds Little. Reed now. Gets it across to McDonald. McDonald dumps it deep. Labuki throwing it on. Bedford trying to break out. Can't stick ahead of it. Here's Cameron. Cameron passes off to Cochran. Cochran to Reed. Reed trying to skate in. No can do. Here's Boudreau. Boudreau cutting wide. Going around. Throws it in front. Good stop there by Reed. Here's Boudreau again. Boudreau shot on net. Just off. O'Coin in front to Boudreau! Blocked in front by Cochran. Cochran can't find it. Back to Labuki. Labuki back down. Cameron battling on the boards. Back to Labuki. Labuki shot on net. Stopped by Pictou. Cochran throws it out. Boudreau keeps it in. O'Coin around the net. Wrap around to the middle of the net. And Cochran couldn't put it away. Back down to Berger. Berger can't find it. Here's O'Coin. Back again. Fell down there. Pictou will recover. MacArthur can't clear it. Back up. O'Coin, a strong stick. Keeps Cameron from breaking out. Here's Reed. Reed splitting down. Deeks drives it deep. Reed still with it. Battling. We're taken by O'Coin. Murray. Bedford recovers. Thrown up. It's a breakaway, and he just mishandled it there. A great chance by Bramwell. Board. Can't recover. Back down to Hefford. Hefford keeps in front of Murray. That'll be icing. Back down to the Crushers' end. Bedford keeping the pressure on early. It's important to mention here that despite the 2-0 series lead against the Chebucto Atlantics, Pictou have lost both games against Bedford, both 7-2. Bedford, another great team in this NSU 13 AAA League. 4th in the regular season for them. Pictou all the way down in 13th, but they find a way to stay in. Here's Wilson, a shot on net, blocked there by Little. A great play there. Chip, and a nice active stick by Parsons. Parsons taking it now. Tries to throw it in front. Gets blocked there by Woolley. Along the boards. Hefford thrown down. Now to Wilson. Wilson throwing up to Labuki. Labuki shot on net, just wide. Here's Chandler. Chandler throwing it up to Parsons, to Chandler. Chandler, Deeks, an almost perfect toe drag release. This couldn't get off. Here's Parsons' shot. Gets blocked in front. Pictou early on have been crowding the middle of the ice. And here's Swain. Shot scores! Isaac Swain and Pictou have their first ever lead against Bedford. It's 1-0, 11 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first period. And on the first shot, forward, Isaac Swain turns on the Jets and threads it 5-hole. It all started with a simple chip out by the defense after a long, hard defensive shift, and Swain pounces on it. So one thing you'll quickly notice about Pictou, they're not as big as Bedford, but their speed is much more faster than the Blues. Reed now with MacArthur on net, shot just wide. Here's now McNaughton. McNaughton throws it around to Reed. Reed ships it down. MacArthur giving chase. LeBucky now has it. Skating's LeBucky. Deeks. He's got some good speed. Cutting right. Trying to drive to the net. Delays. Shot to the slot. Shot save by Gunn. He's had to look sharp early. O'Coin just offside again. Another late call, but two tough calls there for the linesman. When in doubt, call it. Boudreau lining up against Bond. Bond put in a terrific defensive shift last time around. Here is Hayes now, driving. Now to Cameron. Cameron throws it off. It's chip deep. Higgs elects to cover it. Face off, be to the left of the Blues goaltender. Bedford rocking the classic Blues jerseys. Of course, they recently got a new shipment of shirts. And at the start of the year, they elect to go back to the classics. Here comes Hayes. Deeking trying to get past Kosh. No can do. Now it's Cameron. Deeks, he's got a chance. Cameron can't get to it in time. A great play there by Henry Berger. LeBucky can't find it. Back to Berger. Now on to Boudreau. Boudreau waiting. Cuts to the middle. Winds. Pass in front! And a nice tie up there by Cameron. Bedford putting on the pressure. Just unable to bury an early chance. Here's a coin. A coin trying to deke through. Can't get through the sea of red. Back down to Berger. Berger finding Hefford. Hefford tries to get to O'Hearn. O'Hearn dumps it deep. Cameron and O'Hearn about to battle. Shipped out. Berger keeps it in. Nope, it is offside. Little now has it. He's got time. Throws it to Murray. Murray, breakout pass to Swain in an eerily similar play to the first goal here. But a smart read by the Blues defender, number 5, Cale Parsons. Swain throwing around to Saunders. Saunders chips it deep. It'll be icing. 8 minutes, 24 seconds left in the first period. Shots 5-2 in favor of the Blues. The Bedford camp hoping for a good bounce to go their way. Face-off won by Crawford. Cut in the middle, no can do. MacArthur charging. He's got wide room. MacArthur in front of the net to Reed. He can't put it on net. Reed still battling to MacArthur. Shot save by Higgs. Back around. MacArthur. Now on to LeBucky. LeBucky deking through. He's got room. Shot save by Gunn. He's made a couple good ones early. Back up. Murray. That'll be called icing. Bond pushes it ahead, loses to a coin. A coin. Now on to Cameron. Cameron steals to Bond. Bond chips it deep. Higgs gets it to O'Hearn. O'Hearn finding LaBucky. LaBucky onto a coin. A coin! Just wide. A coin. Deking! Now on to Bond. Bond, he's starting to skate. Looking. He's got Cameron on the right side. Dumps it in. Cameron trying to beat Bedford. He does. Trapped in the feet of Murray. Murray now on back to the Pictou blue line. Here comes Little. Little deking, but elects to chip it deep. Their defensive line gets a change. Murray in a battle now. Bond retakes it. Lost in the feet of Murray. Now on to McDonald. That's right back down. A coin charging now. A deke! Another move! And another good defensive save there. This time it's Callum McNaughton. Back up to the Bedford blue line. A great move there. Shot! Save! Rebound! Scores! A nice play there by the Blues. First, the shot from Liam LaBucky. And Brody Wilson puts it away. 1-1. We're all tied up. 6 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first period. Face off won by the Blues. It's O'Hearn. O'Hearn chips it deep. Recovered by Pictou. They chip it back down. Parsons. On to Hayes. Hayes. Now on to Wilson. Wilson lost in the feet of Reed. Reed. Now to O'Hearn. O'Hearn. Wilson still battling. Flipped around to Reed. Reed back around. Here's MacArthur. MacArthur can't get it through. Wilson again. Shot. Glove save by Gunn. Thrown down. On there, trapped Hayes. Parsons now, skating. Throws it down the middle. No suitor. Cameron originally fanned on it, gets it by. McLeod. Now on to Chandler. Chandler. Chandler deking, delaying. Poke checked there by Bond. Berger waiting. Penalty called there. A check on Berger. Here's a coin shot. Save. LaBucky. And another save by Gunn. Luckily, Berger, he's a little bit shaken up, but he seems to be okay. That would be a good check. But unfortunately, this is U13 AAA hockey. And therefore, there is no physical contact. Bedford power play, first of the game for them. Trying to get a lead in this contest. Bedford. LaBucky. Now to Parsons. Parsons gets it off to Chandler. To Parsons. Parsons steps in. Shots! Save by Gunn. LaBucky faked the shot there. Delays. Gets it to Parsons. On to Chandler. Chandler open on the right side. Chandler waits. A shot! Save by Gunn. Pictou needed that. Here's Chandler again. Driving wide. Shot on. Blocked. And Cameron throws it back out. LaBucky. Deked. Shot. Scores! Top cheddar! And it's Liam LaBucky. Power play goal for the Bedford Blues. They lead 2-1. An incredible 4 shots on that power play in roughly 40 seconds. That's a shot every 10 seconds. And Pictou unable to get it fully out of their end. And here's Labuki again. Shot saved by Gunn. Back down. Cochran trying to clear it. Pictou now on a rush. It's Swain again. He's got speed. Swain with board. Board! And a missed shot there. Back down to Swain. Swain protecting well. Hauled down. But they'll keep playing on. Cochran chips it deep to Higgs. Higgs skating. Now on to Bedreau. Bedreau to Aucoin. Aucoin back to Bedreau. Bedreau now skating. Back down. O'Hearn. Pictou retakes it. Reed. Fans. Back to O'Hearn. Wilson. Tripped up by the linesman. He retakes the puck. Wilson driving deep. Can't find the net. Battle now for O'Neill. O'Neill chasing. Can't retake the puck. O'Hearn with Woolley. Now to O'Neill. Sent back out. Bedford clears it deep. Woolley. He's skating now. It's Little. A little bit of a bump there. No harm, no foul. O'Neill. All alone. Cuts middle. Waits. Deeks. Can't get it past Woolley. Woolley chips it deep. That'll surely be icing. 2-1 for Bedford after a early goal by Isaac Swain. They get 2 unanswered. 2:49 left first. And oh, look, we have a penalty on the play. That's going to be O'Neill. I didn't see the hand gesture there, but referees surely thinking that there should be a power play, and that'll be the first one for Pictou now. Bond, back out to Cochran. Side Cameron. Turn around. Both Camerons, it seems, on the ice. Shot on net. Scores! And I believe that is Swain again. He's got 2, and we're all tied up. And in 3 shots, Pictou scored twice. Swain looking amazing this afternoon. Bedford trying to clear it, and Swain again. He's going to flip it to Board. Board can't find it. Aucoin peels off. Battle now to Swain. Swain in front of the net. Can't find Bramwell. Back around. Shot on net. Just wide. And again, Swain causing havoc right in front of the net. And whistle blown. Seems the net's off. Maybe the scrum in front of the net caused one of the pegs to get loose. Pictou having some late life in this first period. Can they get another? To Cochran. Cochran. Shot! No stick on it. Woolley. Battling now is MacArthur. MacArthur in front of the net! Back on to Cochran. Kosh can't find it. Kosh. Shot! Just waved off, and here's Hayes. Hayes skating now. Deaking! He's hauled down. He gets up in time and recovers. Reed takes it now. Chips it by. Can't beat Parsons. Parsons throws it. Goes right back down to Little. Little. Waiting to Kosh. Kosh. Trying to throw it to MacArthur. Here he takes it. Driving wide. Tucking the puck. the two-man defense Bedford's running today. Stopping him in his tracks. Cameron. Back on down, and it'll be icing. Last minute of play in the first period. And already, it's been a great hockey game. Both Bedford and Pictou trading goal-scoring chances early. MacArthur now. On to Berger. Berger ships it deep. Battle on the boards. Here comes Pictou. Bond skating wide. Cuts to the middle. Loses the puck. And Parsons stands tall. Chandler. Designed to skate it. He's got room. He dekes. Can he get by the lone Pictou defender? He can. Chandler misses the puck. Here's McLeod. Back onto Cameron. Cameron cuts wide. He's through. One-on-one. Cameron shot. Save by Higgs. 17 seconds left and a face-off to the left of Lydia Higgs. And what was originally a golden Bedford chance. Great work from Hayes has turned into a Pictou County Crushers offensive zone face-off. Back up. McDonald shot in front of the net. Board can't get it. Boudreau onto a coin. 7 seconds left. A coin. Dekes. Dekes again. Shot in front of the net. Saved by Gunn. In front of the net. Another save by Gunn. The buzzer sounds. And what a game do we have here. Bedford and Pictou trading leads early. And we're all tied up heading into the second period. I'm Braydon with High Button Sports. We'll be right back after a short break. After a great first period, both teams line up here in the second, tied 2-2, shots 12-5 in favor of Bedford. Parsons misses the puck, pressured by Swain, and that's back down to Labuki. Labuki chased on by Woolley. Skipped over Boudreau's stick, Cameron will recover. He's chased heavily by a coin. Great pressure there, back onto Swain. Swain charging up, trying to find Murray. Murray loses it, back down to Swain. Swain, he's gonna skate it. Trying to throw it to Woolley. Back onto Swain. Swain driving wide, cutting down to Woolley, and a good stop there by Lydia Higgs. Back down, Murray. Murray shifts it deep. Now to Swain. Swain, a little bit of a stick lift there. Pressuring. Back onto Parsons. Parsons throws it down over the stick of Kosh. He recovers. Kosh to Woolley. Woolley, great move there. Skating now. Wide, takes a shot. Right there, another good chance. And a coin's on him. A shot again. And whether it was covered or against the post, puck blown down, referee can't see it. Face off to the left of Higgs. Pictou starting to heat up after a inconsistently offensive first period. However, those 6 shots they currently have, 2 of them were goals. Let's see what they can do and if Bedford can keep up the pace. Boudreau throws it around to his winger, can't clear it out. Now it's Hefford. Hefford tries to get to Smith. He waits. Hold down's Bond. Recovered by McLeod. McLeod is still battling. 1-on-2. McLawton loses it now into Chandler. Chandler waiting, skating. Tomahawk turns around. Here's Stewart. Back around, shot, saved by Gunn, wrap around, and a great save by Mason Gunn. Shutting the door early. Bedford, who've used the wraparound a lot. He shuts it down. McNaughton can't get it past Labuki. Labuki's already got a goal. He's skating now. Gets it through. Back on Labuki. Through, and he can't find it. Labuki waiting. Back onto the D-line. In front to a coin shot. Not through. A shot scores! Nate Coin. A terrific shot off a rebound. And it's 3-2 Bedford. 12:21 left in the second period. Mason Gunn unable to keep them all out. But great effort on both sides. Bedford leads 3-2 early in the second. Woolley chasing. Deaking, try to get it through. Shot on net. A rebound in the feet of MacArthur, and he can't recover. Woolley now again. Waiting. Fans. Back to MacArthur. Shot in the chest of Higgs. Face off to the left of the Bedford goaltender. And Pictou immediately trying to find an answer, but unable to finish it off. Early start for the Bedford center. Boudreau will take the draw instead. Boudreau, MacArthur. Tie up. Back on shot, and in the chest of Higgs again. We'll redo it all over. This has been their best line so far out for Bedford now. Mainly offensively. O'Neill, Boudreau, and Chandler. Boudreau battling. Loses it to MacArthur. MacArthur, nifty backhand pass, and Little can't control it. Back onto Cameron to Little. Little throwing it around. Fell while making that spin pass. Hefford onto Chandler. Taken. Here's Woolley. Woolley skating. Back around. It's actually Reed. Reed trying to throw it back to his D-man. Now on to Reed. Reed skating, throws it in front of the net, and MacArthur can't bat out of the net. Reed now. On to Little. Little's got the puck. Winds, shoots, fakes, shoots again! Off the crossbar and into the roof. If that was 1 inch lower, that could have been the tying goal. 10:58 left. Pictou starting to mount on the shots. And already they've almost equaled their shot count to the first period as they start to put the pressure on Bedford. Bond skating now. Can't control it. Back onto the Bedford winger trying to deke through. A coin. No chance. Thrown in front of the net. Here's, I believe that's Labuki, and no chance there. He could not see that. Gunn, a late blocker save, but he gets it nonetheless. Shot blocked in front by MacArthur. Stolen by Swain. Bond, and he's going to have escape. Bond cutting wide. Can he beat him? Delays! And shadowed by 4 Bedford defenders. Nowhere to go for Bond. Back up. Thrown by Little. Little again. MacArthur to Murray. Murray skating. Gets it past Hayes. Now on to Swain. Swain trying to cut to the middle. Can't protect it. Here's Board. Board and Swain have connected a couple of times. Swain back again. He's hauled down. Back around. Bedford chasing Little. Pressured by Chandler. Throws it around to Murray. Murray. On to Swain. Swain. Throws it. It's back down to Chandler. Chandler. Oh. On to O'Hearn. O'Hearn. Back around. Chasing now. Pictou. Late offside there. Woolley. Just a step. 9:03 left in the second period. 3-2 for Bedford. Shots 16-19. Or sorry, 9. Face-off won by the Blues. Taken back by defender Bond. Bond. Now to O'Neill. O'Neill battling with Woolley. Won by the captain of Pictou. Shot just wide. Here's Reed now. Throws it in front. Just to the other side of Higgs. And here comes a coin. A coin. He's got a chance. Just wide. Pictou able to regroup. Here's Woolley. Woolley looking. Trying to get it to Reed. Reed. Can he beat Labuki? And Hayes, and it's offside. Face off. Possibly just to the right of Higgs. Bond and Chandler now. Chandler has been pretty good on both the back check and forecheck. And here he is on the forecheck now. Chandler drives it deep to Bond. Bond on to Cochran. Cochran recovered by McLeod. McLeod skating. Can't skate it through. Bond now on to Chandler. Chandler deking. No chance there. Here's Cameron. Cameron throws it around. Back up to Kosh. He dumps it deep. Throwing it up. On to Murray. Murray. Now on to Swain. Swain. He's driving. Deeks. Can he get it through Cameron? No. Now on to Little. Little. Can't hold the line. Little now. Skating. Gets it to Board. Board. Throwing it to Little. Working around. Now on to Swain. Swain skating. Moving to Murray. Murray. Chance here. And he can't find the middle of the net. Little now. On to Cameron. Battling. Sent right down. No icing call here. Little. Over to Murray. Murray. Trying to skate it through. No can do. O'Hearn. Trying to get it to a coin. Now to O'Hearn. Shot! Bedford thought they scored for a second. Gunn stands tall. 6:29 left in the second period. Pictou able to get a change after a long and exhausted second period defensive effort. Gunn on to Parsons. Parsons winds, shoots! Blocker saved by Gunn. Back around, Hayes. Now on to Reed. Reed steals. Parsons still has it. Reed still with it. Waiting. Cutting wide. Delays. Shadowed by 3 Bedford players. They've done a really good job at overloading the Pictou County forwards. Having 2, 3, and sometimes 4 players on the rusher if he's all alone. Bond sending up against Boudreau. Linesman saying, got to jump on. We'll redo it. Battling now. On to McNaughton. McNaughton on to Reed. Reed down. Trying to find Wolseley. Can't do it. McNaughton. Chipped. Throwing it around. This is Batter. Batter. Pictou chips it back down. Woolley. Skating. Just a pretty prolonged series of board battles trying to get up the wall. And Bedford breaks out. Here come the Blues. Going is Chandler. Chandler, he's got Boudreau. Save! And a poke check by Gunn. Stalls that amazing chance. Chandler driving wide. Boudreau unable to see the stick of Gunn. McNaughton. Now on to Cameron. Cameron to O'Neill. O'Neill to LaBucky. Say Labuki. Labuki. Kosh. Weird call there. Here's O'Neill, but it's going to be Cameron. He's going to beat the defender. Or he does not. Shot! Weird series of plays there. Shot again, and Gunn saves it. I am not sure what happened there, but there is no goal in the play. Labuki. Parsons. Back down. Chasing down's Little. A coin. Still with it. Cameron. Cleared by the Pictou defenders. It will not be icing. Parsons, he's got time. Waits and tries to throw it up to the far side winger. Wilson now. Wilson skating. Shot! Glove save by Gunn. And he's had to look sharp. 17 saved with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. Hopefully, or at least he's hoping, that Pictou can generate some offense. In front of the net. Now to Murray. Murray. Swain pressuring Hefford. Hefford throws it down to Wilson. Wilson, he's got it. Goes in, passes, and no read there by Chandler. Swain's with it now. He's driving, picking up speed. Delays, trying to get it to McNaughton, but he's pressured well. Swain still with it. They're going to call it offside. Face off the right side dot. Here's MacArthur now. Reed. Onto a coin, skating. Driving wide to the right. He cuts through. He's in. Shot off the net. It looked like it was in for a moment, but he couldn't beat him short side. Here come the Blues again. This time it's Hayes. Hayes driving again. Same play. Shot. Another save. My gun. Pictou. Reed trying to get it to Woolley. Can he get there in time? He can. Trying to get support from Reed. And O'Neill handling two Pictou players at once. One back by Bedford. Battle on the boards now. MacArthur trying to get it loose. McNaughton to MacArthur. And Reed just missed it. To MacArthur again. And no shot there. Bedford breaking out. It's O'Neill. O'Neill and a coin. A coin can't get it past McNaughton. McNaughton. He's going to go for a skate now. And he's got room. McNaughton. Deeks to the wide side. Try to get it to McLeod. But can't find him. Cameron dumps it deep to Labuki. Labuki. Deeks. Passes it to the far side winger. And here comes Chandler. He's got room. Chandler's shot. Saved by Gunn. And with pressure from Little. No, here comes Bedford again. Cochran shot again. And Gunn shuts the door in front. And once again, Mason Gunn has been the decider. Cameron chasing Labuki. Labuki deking. Once again looking far side to Parsons. Parsons back up to Chandler, and he can't catch up to the puck. That'll be icing right of Higgs. And a frantic series of events here in the latter stages of the second period. Still, it's 3-2 for the Bedford Blues. 22-10 are the shots in favor of Bedford. Swain wins it back to Cochran. No can do. Swain battling with Murray. Murray in his feet. Last minute of play now, second period. McNaughton. No can do. Labuki still battling. Back on to a coin. A coin. He's gaining speed. Deking to the wide side. Shot in front of the net. And it's saved. It's saved by Gunn. How did he keep that out? Magic with the glove. And Gunn says, let's keep going. Give me another goal. And Mason Gunn keeps Pictou within one goal of tying the game. 35 seconds left in the second period. One deep by the Blues. A coin trying to get it to Hayes. Hayes again. Shot just high. Here's Parsons. Parsons trying to throw it across. And here come the Crushers. Woolley's got it. He's skating. Waiting. Shooting. Scores! What a series of events for the Pictou County Crushers, and it's the captain, Eli Woolley. 5-hole, 3-3. 17 seconds left in the second. First, it's Gunn with an incredible save, and then Woolley with a little bit of help from MacArthur gets one in the net and past Higgs. Labuki skating now. Back on to Bedreau. Bedreau in front of the net. Stopped there by Cameron. 1 and then 0. And that is the second period for you. And just like the end of the first, we are still tied 3-3. My name's Radon Kelly. Thank you for watching Up Button Sports. We'll be back with you after this short 10-minute intermission. Welcome back, everyone, after that short intermission. 3-3, Pictou and Bedford. Both teams really wanting this win. And as we've seen from games past already, this tournament, no lead is ever safe. And in this case, it's all tied up. What will happen? Only time will tell. Boudreau and MacArthur set in the box. And we're underway in this third period. Chipped down by Bedford. Now on MacArthur. Cameron throwing it. Recovered by Bedford forward number 11, Will O'Neill. To the front of the net to Boudreau, and he can't find it. Boudreau back up to Parsons. Parsons with Labuki. Labuki misses. Recovers it now to Reed. Reed in front of the net. Save by Higgs. Higgs. Just some running intos. MacArthur to Woolley. Woolley in front of the net. Can't find Reed. Parsons recovers. Parsons. Back down. It's Reed. Reed. Parsons takes it. He goes for a skate. Trying to find a coin. That could have been good. And here goes MacArthur all alone. Shot saved by Higgs. Chandler. Back to Labuki. Labuki. MacArthur. Back around. Cloud and Little jousting a bit. Back up. McLeod gets it to Cameron. Cameron cutting wide. Instead opts for the deke. Hayes gets it to Chandler. Chandler back across. And Little can't recover it. Here he is. Bond chasing. Back onto Bond. Bond throws it deep. Higgs tries to stop it. No can do. Pictou trying to break out. Here's Hayes. Hayes chips it around to Berger. Berger chips. Gets it to Chandler. Chandler skating. Calm and cool. It's Mason Gunn. Here comes Swain. Swain hit there. On to Parsons. Parsons throwing it up. Now to a coin. A coin skating to Kosh. Kosh now to Little. Little pressuring. Here's McCain. Waiting in front of the net. Saved by Mason Gunn. What was that? He completely robs a coin. He's back again. He's hauled down. No call there. Back to Parsons. Shot blocked by Woolley. And here he comes. Is this going to be like the third goal? Here's Woolley. Winding back. Passing to Swain. Swain for the hat trick. Can't find it past the 5-0. Wrap around. Back to Woolley. Woolley. Sharp angle shot. Saved by Higgs. What was that from Mason Gunn? Shot there. But he has turned it up in these last 6 minutes of gameplay. Here comes Labuki. Labuki, he's got room. Winds, dekes, shot, score! Short side. And it's Labuki getting the lead. And after a great save by Mason Gunn, he just can't stop that. We are 4-3 with 11 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third period. 26-14 the shots in favor of Bedford. Bond now lining up against Boudreau. Waiting to Cameron. Cameron chips it deep. On to McLeod. McLeod kept in by Cameron. Cameron winds, shot, save, rebound, and a great save by Higgs. That goes around. Here comes Boudreau. Bedford's got numbers. Chandler misses the puck. Kosh up to Bond. Bond. Battled by Bedford. And here comes Hayes. Hayes winds Deeks. Can't get it through. Here's Chandler. And he misses the net. Bond. Now on to Chandler. Bond still battling Cameron. Skating. Cutting into the middle. Cameron can't get the shot off. He chips it deep. Pictou. Waiting, stalling, defense blue line. No shot there. A coin now. Cutting in, wide. He's got room. Deeks again! And a great defensive stop there by MacArthur. Deking now, Swain. Swain on the board. Board chips it deep. Swain still got some energy. Labucky. Labucky now, skating. And he's going to go again. 3 wide. Labucky just wide. A coin. Chip there. Woolley pressuring. Swain. No can do. MacArthur shadowing Labucky. Cuts back. And MacArthur really putting the hammer on Labucky. Back around. On to Smith. Smith. Waiting around. Skating up is Smith. Smith cutting still, and he can't find the puck. Here's Woolley. Woolley back around. Gets it back to McNaughton. MacArthur now. Shipping it through. Can't get it past Hayes. Hayes now. Throws it on to O'Hearn. O'Hearn. Now to Reed. Reed. Back to Cochran. Cochran skating. Reed now back to Cochran. Cochran. Wide shot. Still in play. Woolley in front of the net, and Reed can't get a handle on it. And he can't get it to Cochran. Here come the Blues. 2-1. Chandler. Chandler. Waits. Deeks. Save by Gunn. Standing tall. And here come the Crushers. MacArthur skating. Gets it through. He's back in wide. MacArthur. Waiting. Chips it. Back to Little. Little battling with Bedford. Bedford can't get it. Here's McNaughton. McNaughton back around. He's going to wait and stall for time on this change. Chips it deep. Boyd gets there first. Trying to get it deep to McLeod. No can do. Battling now. To McLeod. Shots! Just wide. Cameron throws it wide. In front. No can do. Cameron. Now Bond. Goes and cuts middle. Waits. Can't get the shot off. Bond throws it in front. Blocked. Cameron chasing. On to Little. Little keeps it in. Now to Bond. Cameron. Waiting. Can't get it through. Here's Cameron. Shot. Blocked there by Labucky. Back around. Bond. Waiting. Cuts back. Throws it to Little, and he can't get there in time. On a fresh change for the Blues. Pass up to Board. Board. Now on to Murray. Murray. Can't get it through. Labucky. Throws it around to Berger. Berger. Back on. Here's Chandler. Chandler waiting. Cuts deep. Shot. Save. Rebound. Another save with the left pad. And it stays out. Gunn standing tall. Berger. Back around. Smith. Can't get it past. Here's Board. Board. Tired. Flips it deep. That'll be icing. 6 minutes, 27 seconds left. Bedford still with the 4-3 lead. 29 shots on goal for them. 16 for Pictou. Face-off one back to the Crushers. Reed. Back around. Woolley. Back to Reed. Reed. Onto a coin. A coin can't get through. Here's Reed. Onto Woolley. Woolley. Waiting. Shot on. Higgs with the glove. Chandler to a coin. A coin loses the puck. He'll retrieve it. Deking. Can't get through McLeod. Little battling. Throws it to Reed. Reed just misses it. Here's Parsons. Parsons. Onto a coin. Back down to McNaughton. Reed. Boudreau trying to get it. No can do. McLeod pushing it deep. McLeod doubles back. On to Reed. Shot. Save. Back out in front. McNaughton tipped. Just wide. Cameron. Kosh calling for it. Gets it up to the Pictou defender. Shot on. Blocked by Labuki. Labuki, he's skating now. Back up. Here's Hayes. Hayes winds, fans. Labuki save by Gunn. He just got that. Here's Boudreau to Labuki. Labuki can't hold on. Cameron pressuring to Labuki. Stolen. On to Cameron. To Murray! And saved by Higgs. Referee didn't see it. But Murray, an excellent chance. No can do, says Higgs. Back on to Little. Little to Swain. Swain still looking for his third. Here's Labuki, another man looking for his third. Chipped up to a coin. Mason Gunn almost fumbled it there. Back to Smith. Smith. Hauled down. Nothing there. Pass up to Board. Board to Murray. Murray. Waiting now. On to Cameron. Cameron just missing it. Whistle blown. Seems like they're calling it icing. 3:44 left in the third period. 30 shots on goal for Bedford and just 18 for Pictou. They need to pick up the pace here if they want that tying goal. MacArthur lined up against Hayes. Back around. Chipped up. One there. Hefford. Up to Chandler, and that'll be offside. Another quick whistle. 3:25 left in the third period. Chandler has gotten so close to scoring, but Gunn has remained excellent. McLeod taking a beating down low. Pictou off the post. Cameron almost had one. That could be the deciding factor. Here's Bedford chipping it back. That was close. Labuki waiting. Skating. Back on to Hazer. Here's Labuki, shot! Saved by Gunn. He took a tough tumble there. Seems like he's fine. Boudreau on to Cameron. 2-on-1. Cameron and Bond skating wide. Shot blocked there. Bond shadowed by two Bedford players. Back to Cameron. Cameron gets it to Bond in front of the net. It's Murray. Bond shot. Just wide. Pressured now Murray, but it's up to Boudreau. Boudreau cutting wide. Can he get it past Little? No. Little regains it. McNaughton. Up. Now to Bond. Trying to get it to board, and no can do. Higgs and a very early whistle there. Referee didn't see it. Face off to the left. Right of Higgs. 2 minutes left in this third period. It's now or never for the Crushers. Kosh. Shot on. Can't get the tip there. Here comes Smith. Lost in the feet. But he still clears it. A coin. Chips it. Could be a possible odd man rush. Some contact there. Swain. Keeping with it. Kosh can't get it through. Here's a coin. Deeks. Can't get it past Woolley. Here now is MacArthur. Skating now. Keeps it going. Woolley. Onto a coin. No can do. It's going to be a puck race. Kosh. And a coin. Lets up. Kosh takes it. On to Parsons. Shot! Saved by Gunn. 1 minute. 5 seconds left. Bedford wanting to keep it deep. Pictou wanting a shot on net. Face off to the left of Gunn. Tie up there. One back. Labuki misses it, but no one's with them. Cameron pressuring. Labuki fires it off to Parsons. Shipped around to Labuki trying to clear it. McNaughton loses it. A coin chips it deep to Chandler. Trying to get it. No can do. O'Neill. Spurred on. Here's McNaughton. Stolen by Hayes, and no can do. Here comes McNaughton skating. Throws it to Cameron. Cameron chips it deep. The goaltender, that'll be possibly offside. Or a whistle, missed whistle there. Pictou arguing their case. But it looks like it'll still be at center ice. Timeout for Bedford. Be right back with you after a short break. After a short timeout by Bedford, trying to find a way to keep it out of their zone. 26 seconds left. Face off at center ice after an errant whistle. Here's Little. Skating now. Gets it through the sea of blues. Little chips it deep. still battling with Berger. Berger remains in control. Woolley can't get through. Here's a coin. Open net. He's deep. Shot. Scores. And it's over. Bedford will take this one 5-3. Pictou unable to come up with anything in the third period, despite a couple of miraculous saves from Gunn. However, they will drop this one. Bedford starts off the tournament 1-0 in their quest for the title. 5-3 for the Blues. 32 shots on goal for Bedford. 18 for Pictou. And despite heroic efforts from Gunn and Swain, Labuki and Higgs seal the deal. Both teams shake hands at center ice. And that will be it for us. My name's Radon Kelly. Producing here is Easton. This has been High Button Sports Hockey. Thank you for watching.